Hello everybody and welcome back to the pYanodons playthrough. It's your ghostified gamer. Holy cow, what have I done? I usually like to do this stuff on screen, but I'm waiting for the queens. I'm waiting. Speaking of queens, I'll show you what we got going on. Here they are. We've still got some flying around going here, but get this. 2 extra queens. Now, last episode, I think it was, I was talking about the queens, and it exactly happened the way I thought. The minute the inserter grabs from this case, there's a quick little blip where there's no queen bee, and it requests a queen. And so, yeah, we have 5 queens tied up in this process. Granted, it won't happen this way normally, but when we do the rendering of the bees to get the Arcuate Venom, we're going to have to set up a queen bee thing here. This has to be a part of the build because we have the, chance of losing our queen. And this, while I most likely will have to have this right close to this, I think, I don't know, a direct insert kind of thing, where if we lose a queen, this will start and it'll go. I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. But right now it's done now. Okay. So we have 1 here, 2 here, and 2 inside. So a total of 5. And finally we got a surplus of 2. Now, of course, I don't know if I've lost a bee. I'm going to keep running this until we have enough queens. In the meantime, we're working on the Korlex milk and casein. And then that's an ingredient to the goods alien sample. But we need that Arcuate Venom from this process, from the rendering of this here. These right here. We need to render the bees in order to get the final component to the good alien sample. And I think that's about it on that. Oh, and then I've got all the material, the big stuff here, to build rebuild our big power plant. Well, actually, it's not a rebuild. It's a rebuild plus addition, because if you look at our power right now, over the last, let's see, hour, we're getting up there. I think this is production. Yeah. So we're getting up in the gigs. And one of the other thing about the power is what I think happened here was these are slow, but the problem wasn't that they're 100% wasn't the problem of being slow. The problem was the coal, because it wasn't on its own redundant system, like separate power grid. Oh, I turned the power poles on. What happened is this farted out, and then there wasn't enough fuel to heat the salt to hot molten salt. And then this started to starve out, and then this ran out. Which is why I don't really like to use tanks, but, I do in this case, because it is the problem is going to come up. In this case, a tank isn't maybe not a good idea, because it's delaying a production problem. It's not a band-aid, it's just delaying. It's inevitable. You're going to run out, But it's nice to have that backup in there. In fact, this kind of probably saved my butt by having it in there, because I was able to get these up and running and get this power grid isolated and running on its own power grid before I lost power completely and couldn't do anything. The other thing too is I think I'm gonna start stockpiling these wind turbines if I can find the hub. Here it is. I have this build here, and I only have 2. I think I'm gonna make about 100 of them, because then I can use these to isolate power and get something up and running if I need to. It's good to have this stuff on hand, especially when you get to the size of the build that we have here, the base. But anyway, this is going to be rebuilt, and I think a coal patch right here might do it. We could do it here. And then what I was going to do with the extra ash that we potentially get is make rich clay out of it, and then we can do stone bricks. Because I don't want to upset the balance here, because we need this stuff here for the acid gas process. Now, I think I mentioned that I have to the cotton guts, because Helmod's an idiot when it comes to the cotton guts. I have a lot of capacity here with the breeding, and Helmod isn't figuring this out correctly, and I think it's because it's a percentage of, so it might be going by the lower percentage. I'm not sure, but point is, I'm gonna double this, and I don't know if I mentioned that before. So that means I gotta double this, and I gotta double this. So I scaled it down only to that I forgot. Oh, I have to scale it up too. I have to scale this up. But oh, wow, that's running out. Oh, my mushrooms are running out. Oh, they're running. Yeah, okay, it's going fine. Wait a minute. Yeah, you're running. Yeah, I might have to beef this up a lot more. It will probably be 6 of these. I'll probably have to add one because it looks like it's doing okay. They're getting in there. 8. Yeah, there's enough here of these moondrops. So I would probably double it plus an extra just to be sure. So these guys have to be up, definitely beefed up, because I'm having a problem. And check this power out. I didn't realize this. 1 megawatt for these darn things. Holy crap. So yeah, that's a lot. I figured some stuff out with this. Notice how I have belts with mixed items. I finally figured it out. And you know what? It was one of those things I didn't really care to figure it out. But, all right, you need a filter mini loader. Can't do it with the regulars. Can't do it with these. Now, if you put a case down, bam, for some reason, it doesn't pop up this little GUI up here. So you gotta put it in after the case is placed. Now you get this GUI. And this has been bugging me for a long time. Okay, so split lane configuration. You have to click this checkbox. It goes to the left by default. So we're going to let's go with inserters there. Now you're half done. Now you have to click the right. And let's put niobium pipe in that one. If you toggle these two, now it's set. And for the life of me, I could not figure this out. So you have to click this button to activate the GUI, so you can do stuff. First item, click right. Second item. I'm like, no way. Okay. So this is going to simplify my life. Now, notice how the niobium pipe is superimposed over the inserter. So we go there, one side, and we go here, and the other side. Oh, that's so awesome! I love it. I think I gotta make a tutorial on this, because I think a lot of people, even Krydex, is having trouble with it. So maybe I'll point it to them. All right. So I'm taking the fluids, I'm dividing or multiplying by 4 to offset the stupid LTN combinator's idiotic threshold that's attached to every item and not specific items. Now, the moss is a pain in the butt because it's going to trigger when it gets down to 25, and then a train is going to come in. So what I can do is change this. I think I'm going to change this to 20 stacks here. That way, there's plenty of moss here on hand. And I doubt it's not going to call it because it's 562. So if it does, once it gets down to 25, it brings 1,000, and then it'll last for a long time. One of the ways to get around this is having a case that holds enough items in here. Oh, it did call a train. So that way LTN brings something, but really what you're after, the real production is in this case. So you take a case and you limit it, to, whatever amount you want, a row or something. And then when this drops, it brings the information is being transmitted to the combinator from here, but you have a stockpile here that you always want, So you kind of, I guess maybe I'll have to start doing that. But anyway, I brought everything in here. Pipes are going this way. belts are coming in here, and then I decided to go this way here. I'm probably going to do mini loaders for this, depending on how this runs, so we'll see. What are you bringing? Oh, okay, it is bringing. Yeah, that's weird. 43875 1000. Yeah, okay. So that's how you do the split lane config. And there is one last thing I can bring in here, and that's the mechanical parts. So we're going to do that now. And, oh, and then we have the casein and the good alien sample. The good alien sample, we only need 1. Casein is 30. That's crazy amounts. Why do I have 1? Oh, maybe I was going to... 1, 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Okay, hold on a minute. Oh, mechanical parts. So we need 2 mechanical parts and 1 good alien sample. So I'm going to do the casein on this one here, and we're going to go split. We're going to do casein. And here it is. Because we don't need a lot, but so that'll be a split lane. I don't want to fill the whole belt up. That's another beautiful thing about that. Now that I figured it out, I can actually do half belts when I, you know, just save on product being stuck on belts. Okay, now, casein's done. Good alien sample and mechanical parts. So we'll go ahead and do that. Boom. Let's do good. The good stuff. And then we go right, and we do mechanical. MEC, and that's under here, and bam. Now, let's go ahead and set this up. Look at, we're running out of stuff. Oh my god. MECH, whoops. Mechanical parts. These are pretty cool looking. I like the purple one. The blue one is really nice. I like that. Okay, and then we do 1 stack a Rooney of those. There we go. And I have train limit of 3 because we have 1 that can be unloading while 2 are sitting there waiting to come in. We want that. I had an issue when I did test this. The Paragon and the solidified Sakuros. It's taking this train so darn long to get here. And why isn't it? Oh, there it is. Did it come? Oh, it did come by and bring the moss. Okay, there we go. I thought the moss. It was like, wait a minute, is the moss still going? Oh, this is the first time we've ever run this. All right, here it is. Finally. Boop. Gone. There we go. Look at that. First time I've ever seen those on the belt. Oh, they're all different. Oh, that's so cool. So the Paragon. All right. Over here where the Paragon is. I have to set this up for 2 trains. What happened was a train was headed here to get the Paragons. And then I had a train for the Sakuros. And it went to the other Sakuros build. And that was not what I wanted. So what I did, I pulled some Sakuros out of here. It must have run more. I have a priority on this of 100. So that the trains will come here first to pick up the solidified Sakuros. Now, the good news is, though, that for the logistics science, it's only 1 train dedicated to, you know, picking up. But if a Paragon train is headed here, it locks the train from picking up from here at any, you know, for that solidified Sakuros. So we don't want that. We want, you know, we want 2 trains to be coming here in a sense. And it's okay to maybe tie up the main line for a little while, you know, it's not going to hurt anything. Is that it? Yeah, okay, 27. That's fine. I don't mind the small blips of it. But yeah, I decided to start doing this because I was bored, and I'm waiting for the queen bees, basically, before I start anything new. But I have to get cranking on some stuff. Okay, let's talk about the Korlexes while we're riding back here. Okay, over here, I have the 4 Korlexes. We're going to need those to spin up the breeding. And then eventually we'll get enough Korlexes to do production. Now, I have a couple things I want to do. I went ahead and made 5 Tufra codexes. And all you need is, I think it's potato DNA here. I think this is it here. Yeah, potato DNA. All it is a generic, the Tufra codex, and then the logistics science pack. And then we get the tufra potato DNA. Yeah. Yes. Oh, we get, what do we get out of this? We get the potato DNA sample, and then we put that in, and then into the creature chamber. Let's go here. Oh God, I was looking at that thing. TUU. And then here's that. And we go back. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, so we need only one. Port alien sample planter box. And that's on LTN now. Oh, I need 5 more of these, too. Okay, that's fine. Let's go over here. Let me grab those, because I need more. Crap. Okay. I'm going to do that. Okay, we'll let that run. I'm going to grab 2, 2, and 1, or whatever. If I have extra, it's okay. Okay, so here is our next project. And I'm a little bit... I think there's different guys working on, different parts of this, the mod. It's a big mod. One person doing all this would be insane. But there is an inconsistency with this recipe here, the reproductive complex. Normally what happens is you just seed it with 2 minimum. But usually you put 4 in there to keep the cycle going, because you would export the, 2 creatures and import 2 more, right? To keep the process running, you put 4 in there consistently. Well, this one, you don't get the Korlexes back, and I think that's an oversight. It should be you get the adults back. In a sense, there should be some mortality rate, like with the bees. We have a mortality rate. Why do we have a mortality rate on the bees, but not all the other ones, right? The augs, the vrauks, all these other creatures were spinning up. The mice. The ones that are doing the breeding should have a slight mortality rate. I know people are probably like, no, don't say that because they're going to do it, and then it's going to be a pain in the ass. I'm just saying that normally, in real life, you're going to have some death. I think that the bee shouldn't die. No creature should die. It's a game, calm down, all right? But in this case, we should have, where are the Korlex adults going? And that's the problem I have with this recipe. And they need to update this to return the 2 Korlexes that we have because they're breeding. They're not dying after they breed, unless it's just a part of the lore, but there is no lore, right? So I think there's a problem with that. So we have to do, it's similar to the flower recipes, and the plants, where we have to have a priority belt loop back and feed the Korlexes back in. All right, whatever. Okay. Now we need 2 for seeds for this. So that means we need a 2 for seed build that is independent of a Tufra space potato build, right? And we need to spin. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this build be not only for the spin up of the creatures so we can get the modules and set up more machines, because we need a lot of, a decent amount of machines to get the Korlex milk, not only for the good alien sample for the case, but for the casein. We need 2 instances. We have to supply 2 things with this. So I'm going to set this up not only for the module buildup, but for rendering later on, and or later on we use them for nests for the archwids, because we can put the eggs on them, and then we get the maggots and all that crap. So there's 2 things we're going to have this for later on, and that is the bees, for the bees, and for rendering for blood, body parts, things like that. It's good to have that. So we have to have, there's 20 modules for this one thing here, and so let's go back to this one here. We need Korlex food and the seeds, so we got to have a 2 for seed build, and then we need the Korlex food. We'll get in a second. Now we need the for some damn reason we need Kykelks. I don't know why they're eating trees. Okay, whatever. Maybe we need it for decorations. I don't know. So Kykelks here. Now we need a 2 for seed generator. We need a potato generator. We need a Kykelk generator. in order to do the mushrooms, now this is a new machine. Look at that. These are the space potatoes. They're kind of creepy looking. We got different stages of them. Here's the big one. That's the starting, the middle, and the end. Then you pick them from there. We need this thing to basically, it's the same way as the flowers, you know. Two for us to 8 seeds. It's a better yield, I think. And then this one is 5. So we need a lot of them. We need a bunch of these. So we need actually 2 crafts of this, which means we need 4 tufras plus the modules, you know, to spin this up, because it only produces 8, and we need 10. And I got screwed on that one time before. I'm like, I need another one. So we need 2 spin ups of this, which means 4 potatoes, 4 space potatoes, to get the 10 that we need, or the 10 to get the 3. Yeah, I think it works out that way. Now, if you'll notice that we need coarse faction. On top of that, 20 soil. On top of that, manure bacteria. Oh my god. Coarse faction. 20 soil to 3 lousy coarse faction. Now, we can make iron rods into coarse faction later on, but we can't do that now, so we have to deal with this recipe. So coarse faction kind of ticks me off, but it is what it is. Now we've got the manure bacteria, and I have an overbuilt manure build for the liquid manure, which is being used for, remember that way back, I did this thing here, way over here. We need the liquid manure for this depolymerized organics. And so this one here is for the, I think what am I using this for? I don't even know. I don't even remember. But yeah, we have extra manure here is what my point is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to split off of here and bring it down. And then, I'm okay here, right here. I'm going to do a build right over here somewhere. And we're going to have I might do input output over here actually. Yeah. So I'm going to pull this belt here and go all the way over here. It doesn't matter, you know, it is what it is at this point. But like I said, this is completely and totally, utterly overbuilt, and we need it for this little guy right here. So petri dishes, agar, and all that crap. All right, let's go over the Korlex food real quick here. So this is going to be our squeezing build here. Same setup, and the only thing we haven't covered is the food, and it's all this. We need kite-kelp seeds now. So we have a kite-kelp seed build, we have a kite-kelp build, we have a potato seed build, and a potato build. Space potatoes. And space palm trees. And on site, I'll do the potatoes, or on site I'll do the mushrooms, the steam, obviously. We'll bring the salt in. We have plenty of salt trains around. Meat, native flora, and all that. So this I'm going to build separately, and we'll have LTN handle this and bring the food to these 2 builds, because we're going to have the Korlex milk and the Korlex breeding here as well. So we're going to have 2 of those. This is going to be quite a project here. There's going to be a lot of spin-ups and stuff. But I think after this, it's looking like a downhill. We're looking at getting Pi Science 2 pretty soon here, as soon as we get this spun up and, you know, figured out. All right, so let's get started. What we'll do is we'll start the breeding. I'll go and spin up the potatoes and get the potatoes, and then we'll have everything we need to spin this baby up. Okay, let's do it. Holy cow. This thing was a pain. All right, so the episode's running a little long. I edit as I go so I can get timing. The format being the speed up videos to get these things, you know, to get progress on this series. This whole process spanned a day and a half, just to give you an idea of how much time it took me. There's more that goes on behind the scenes to get this stuff up and running than I'm presenting. Oh my god. I rebuilt this here. I don't know what I was thinking. I only had one space potato machine in here, and I'm like, why am I doing that? And because I'm gonna have to wait forever for this to spin up here. So, oh, that radar is loud. I'm using the simpler KaiCalc recipe. Otherwise, I'd have to bring sand and lamps in here, and I figure, you know, this is fine the way it is. I'm going to use this recipe for simplicity. Yeah, I waited to spin this up. We got our space potatoes coming out here. I forgot to put a priority on that when I rebuilt that off screen, you know. So we got potatoes all the way up to here, the space potatoes. Got the KaiCalc thing going. This spaghetti mess, I was kind of like, I'm like, all I need is KaiCalcs. Or, I mean, all I need is the Korlexes so we can get the easy squeeze ranches up to get the milk. That's all this is for. Now, I can pull from here, right here. I can pull, I think, I can undo some undergrounding here. And I can bring in a train here to get the, you know, the creatures out of here. But the way I'm looking at it is this is more of a temporary build to get the, you know, the milk going, the Korlex milk, because we're on the road to getting casein out of the way. And then the bees are next, and then we're working on the good alien sample. Okay. So this build here is what inspired this build here. The course faction, man, that thing kicks out a lot of waste, man. A lot of waste. Sand, biomass, and limestone for days. Now, what I'm doing is I'm just using the trash train to pick it up temporarily. And I'm burning off the biomass here. I don't feel a need to go crazy and try and pick it up. The project I mentioned about converting to LTN 100%, except for trash trains, which is TSM's job, I have an idea on that, and I forgot about the feature of LTN has a second, we can do an ID2 for trash trains only, and set up a trash train depot that picks up based on provider thresholds. Now, if we go to our LTN network here, you know, we'll see all these different things. We can, I think, you know, we can sort by the, let's inspect, let's see here. Oh, here, look at this. Control, click, and I forgot to set that one. None, one. I love it. There we go. Okay, so I have the uranium, I have the tailings, And the rich dust and stuff, I don't know where that's coming from. That's going through here, and I'm just burning it off. Well, I'm saving the uranium. We have 17 now. And I'm just trying to manage this tailings until we can figure something out for it later on. But, you know, we're getting more tech later on, you know. So a lot of these loops we have, we can close up. And a lot of the stuff is like, oh, I didn't know I was going to have to deal with that. Oh, there we go. So that's, I'm just throwing it all in there, and I'm burning it up. The thing with limestone is I can just plop a limestone, you know, a soil extractor down and get limestone. That's why I'm like, I don't need this garbage in my life. All right, let's get this fired up here. And yeah, look at this. Finally, this one's it's been about an hour or two before. There we go. Korlexes. Finally. I must admit that I think I made this build a little more complex. I was not feeling well the last couple days, so it took me a little while to get through this. You guys didn't see it, though, but I was struggling, man. I was tired and just feeling like crap. I think when I'm trying to get things learned, my brain affects, you know, your body, you get stressed out. And, oh, listen to this thing. There we go. Oh, look. They're running around. Oh, look. Wow. These things are loud. Oh, look at that. Oh, look. It's in a milking station. Oh, that's hilarious. So these are milking stations, and there's one in there getting milked right now because they're space cows. And they've got this thing spewing out cold air. Oh, and check this out. Oh, that's right. I only got one in there. That is... Oh, it's not showing up on here. This thing is 878 kilowatts. It's almost a megawatt. Yeah, I forgot about that. Well, I can do this to speed it up a little more. Listen to this thing. Oh, look, there's the little baby and the other cow, the space cow. That is so loud. Well, there you go. It's funny how that one's running around. I like its Arctic, though. It's cool. All right, let's get away from that loudness. All right, so I'm going to work on spinning this up. Oh, and a bee update. Oh, we always got to do the bee update. Here it is. Check it out. 5. And, whoa. How did this happen? I just looked at this not too long ago. This thing is finally shut down. I was waiting. It was stuck at 3. So it was 2 last time I gave you an update. Then it was 3. All of a sudden, I got 4, 5, 6, and 7. Boom, 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 boom. Literally, there's 2 in here, 5 in here. There's 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 10 queen bees. And this thing finally shut down. Holy cow. So we're ready to rock and roll when with the Arcwood rendering to get the venom. And then we'll, of course, get the other stuff, too. Which will relieve the burden off the zippers a little bit. So, well, I'll have to prioritize this fluid here for the rubber and other things that we use the Arcwood, or the arthropod blood. Yeah, the arthropod blood is going to have to be prioritized from here. Okay, I'm going to wait for this sucker here to get done. It's going to take a while. And we'll get, next episode, we'll get the Korlex milk. I'll get that set up. I'll probably do it here, right next to this one. And, yeah, we're going to be starting to build. I'm going to try to see how I have this kind of over here. I'm going to try to do a build, whenever we get to it. I'm going to try and do a build like over this so that we can cover this space here. Or a build that goes up and into this area here, something like that. Or I could build down. I don't want to build down. I'd rather build up in these areas. But yeah, I'm getting kind of frustrated with the map, with how the rail is laid out. I'll have to get a standard and stick to it. But you know, This playthrough is going to be going for a while, so I'm not too worried about it. Oh, and I forgot to mention the Korlex food, yeah. And the bacteria. I put the Korlex food over here. I got to put a radar down here. You have to put a lot of these palm trees in. Oh my god. Now that it's buffered up and spun up, I think I'll be fine. But we'll keep an eye on this. But I put in Hellmod a half machine. See? Here. Right here. I did... Oh, here we go. Yeah, I did per machine. And it called for... I went with 7 and 5 on these. And it takes so long for these Kykelks to spin up. It's ridiculous. And then... Oh, yeah. And then the bacteria build here. The... Oh, wait. That's not it. Here it is. I didn't realize this is a fluid. I'm like, oh, duh. I limit it to 5,000 because there's no real reason to do anything more than that. And this will be used later on in some other stuff. You know, so we're not going to be completely done with that. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed the Korlex spin-ups. Sorry for the long episodes lately. It's been kind of tough. I try and edit as much as I can, you know, and get everything squeezed in. So I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.